Hi, Rory. It's great to have you in Munich.
Well, it's great to be here. I appreciate you having me, Simon.
Absolutely. And we already had some great discussion about manufacturing. And of course, you're one of the, I would say, really thought leaders and experts in manufacturing setups and, of course, different application, different industries, but also looking at the EV industry and batteries. Absolutely fascinating. And maybe for some of our listeners, maybe you can share a bit about some of your experience related to battery manufacturing, some of your insights over your career.
Okay, sure. Not specific to batteries. I consider myself a factory builder. I've built manufacturing facilities for I've had a 40-year career, so a long time. Specifically, got involved in the EV sector almost nearly 10 years ago in a large facility out in near the Reno area. I was involved in that. Since then, I've been working a little bit with folks and EV, when you talk about EV, you need to talk more about the EV ecosystem. You can't just talk about battery manufacturing. You need to talk about EV in terms of auto. You need to talk about EV in terms of recycling, mineral extraction, mining, and processing. So it's when you talk about EV, it's a loaded gun there. It's an actual ecosystem. It's actually and each of them have components that relate to manufacturing. So been involved in that. It's really, really exciting. I didn't see this one coming, but I'm enjoying it. It's a great time to be in manufacturing. It's an even better time to be in the EV sector. Just tremendous things going on. Things iterate themselves almost on a daily basis. You need to read and research constantly to keep yourself relevant or up to date with the data. So it's kind of a really exciting time in the EV ecosystem.
Fantastic. And we spoke a bit about commissioning earlier, kind of set these factories up. It's a lot of learnings there and, a lot of new players setting up factories. There's a lot of growth from the Inflation Reduction Act, topics like that. Maybe I don't know if there's anything you can share because, you're also helping other players and like, what are maybe just some things, if someone is interested now in manufacturing and setting up a gigafactory, what are some of the considerations they should think about?
Well, the new buzzword, is plant as a product or smart factory. And like I said, there's a ton of things going on. Just a proliferation of manufacturing in a whole, and even more specific to EV. And in lies that a lot of opportunity. We have an opportunity to build smart factories, and you have an opportunity to build better, to build faster. And if we do this right, we're going to have facilities that be around for a long time that have a good ESG component where they're good neighbors and they're good to the environment and they're good to their communities. And they can be, a lot of people assume that there's a lot of cost to that and our owner needs to be willing to pay that. And that's just not true. When you build a smart factory, if you do it right, there's a lot of savings in the CapEx, capital costs, and the OpEx, the operating expenses if you build right. So, and you mentioned commissioning, and a big part of that is going on be commissioning and doing what's called enhanced commissioning. And that's where commissioning is involved early on in the process and design, and to make sure that commissioning is built into the project plans, that when you turn the switches on and the lights on, that most of the work is actually done because you've actually been commissioning as you're going. And if you commission a building or a factory the right way, its OpEx cost goes down considerably, and that affects both manufacturing and the physical facility. So that runs your costs down. So a lot of advantages, energy savings, it's just, so it's good for the environment. So a good commissioning, robust commissioning plan integrated early in contributes to a smart factory, and it's just a really good thing to do from all perspectives. It'll save you money, it'll save you time, and save the planet.
That's great. No, thanks for sharing this insight. And another topic I know you're quite passionate about as well is talent and education. And we actually met through the Battery MBA program, so super grateful for that. But maybe just your perspective also for people interested in the sector, people want to join the sector, people want to help other people to enter the sector. Maybe you have any thoughts on that?
Sure. Workforce development is what it comes down to. The challenges in manufacturing today, and in particular in EV, is a distinct lack of talent. in the U.S. and to a greater extent the EU as well, we've had this 4-year college track for going on 50 years now. And what's been lacking is, and downplayed, has been vocational training. So these facilities are lacking people, one, to build them, and then the folks to maintain them, the automation techs, the INC techs, and then the operations people to actually run this process equipment. We don't have those technicians, and things are becoming more robotic and automated. Well, and people are threatened by that, but there's jobs in robotics and there's jobs in automation, and right now we're struggling to fill them. So this administration, current administration in the U.S., Purdue University, Arizona State, they're working with the current administration to create tech hubs and focus on workforce development. And Purdue has actually added degrees that are more specific to manufacturing. They're making great strides. Arizona's a big tech hub. Phoenix area is a big tech hub, and they're making efforts. So it's going to take government. It's going to take educational institutions, and the heavy lifting is probably going to be by manufacturing itself, by facilities. And as these institutes and these new degree programs reap benefits, we're looking at a 3 to 4 year ROI on that. In the meantime, manufacturing has to bear the biggest brunt of that in the heavy lifting. So a lot of work, a lot of force there. The industry's wide open. If you want to get into this, I think the biggest job requirement is passion. I think you can teach pretty much anything, but there's just a plethora of opportunity out there. If you're passionate and willing to learn, I think the opportunities are abound. I mean, it's wide open right now.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for being on here, Rory, and sharing the insights. I'm very excited to see how this industry is going to develop and how you're going to push it forward by manufacturing one factory at a time.
Future's real bright.
It is. Thank you.
No, thank you.